Welcome to Voice of the People. And we're going to get right into it because we had a good discussion last night about AI. And we had a lot of questions because, a lot of people were familiar with it. A lot of people are not. They're trying to get some understanding. So we have some questions and we're going to listen to the people and we're going to read some of the questions that were posed to us about AI. But before we get into, we're going to get into that, but we're going to look at some of the good AI. We gave a lot of, the probables, the possible negative, but we're going to look at some of the good points that AI can do because there's good and bad in everything. But we have some questions and we're going to go ahead and get into it. What our first question is, I agree that there are pros and cons, but also wonder if there's a wolf in sheep clothing coming as AI, which means, is AI really setting us up for something, or is it really a good thing? What do you think?
You want my opinion?
We want your opinion. Speak.
You want my thought process and
give us your
reality.
thought process.
Both. Reality. Reality is this. It is. Because at a point where you get to compliance on one thing, that's all you're going to rely on.
Yes.
And then at that point, once you get that comfortable.
Yeah, I gave you that.
I'm coming to get you. I can come at you every which way. Because you're just that comfortable because you're not watching for anything. You feel that this is the only way that it's supposed to move. This is the only way that it's supposed to happen. Now, one of the biggest things I'm going to tell you is going off the grid. A lot of people really wants to go off the grid.
Yes.
Because of AI.
Yes.
And here's the funny, and here's the biggest reason, because if AI take over, the people that only rely on AI,
they're on the grid.
They're on the grid and they can't survive.
Right.
Once everything is say it just collapsed.
Mm-hmm. Like what was it? Y2K was supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's supposed to happen. So if Y2K would have really happened, the people that already only rely on technology wouldn't be able to survive because you wouldn't know how to go kill a deer, slaughter a deer, and feed your family.
Right.
Vegetables. You won't know how to irrigate water. Right. And, if water dries up, so you don't know how to irrigate water. You don't now, because at that point you so used to saying,
right.
Okay, hey Google, how you irrigate water?
And Google not there to answer.
And no one's the answer.
I got you.
So you have to understand, it's good in AI, hands down, but to understand how to still live naturally,
right,
without AI. That's the biggest thing.
Go ahead, Dr.
I just want to, put my 2 cents in on that. I believe that good and bad, and so kind of like I mentioned last night. So everything, there's good and evil.
Right.
There's 2 sides to every coin. Mm-hmm. Show me one that doesn't have 2 sides, right?
I got you.
But I think, as I said last night, in the wrong hands, it would be bad. Yes.
Now, I would agree with you and E, because here's the problem. In everything new, and I think you said this a little bit later last night, everything new, most of us are apprehensive about or afraid of.
The unknown.
The unknown, yes. The newness, the not knowing what's going on. Mm-hmm. But I do understand that there's some good because let's look at some of the medical things that they're saying that are good. With the new technology and like ultrasounds and sonograms and things such as that, they're saying they're finding birth defects earlier and at a better rate. So I would say that's a good thing. And I just learned that, Parkview has an efficient medical dispensing robot throughout their hospital. And then there's certain things with surgeries that, they can be more precise than the surgeries and things such as that. So those are some good things, but I can't go and not give E credence to what he's saying because there is a possibility that it could go wrong and we're not prepared because we've put all our eggs in one basket with technology and AI. But go ahead, Dr. V.
No, I just was wondering because robotics is another form of AI. And
yes,
so
ma'am.
I mentioned last night that there are many different types of AI
yes.
or artificial intelligence, et cetera. So, but when you say robot, do you mean a literal arms,
No, well,
legs type
I'm
of
not gonna
robot
say arms
at
and legs, but
the
it's
hospital?
a motorized and like a drone-ish kind of operation where they can send it through the elevators on the floors, and they can send it where it's delivering medical trays. It's it's
Like a container that's
contain-
moving. Is
yes.
it like what they have in Walmart? Sometimes you have to move out of the way because the thing is cleaning the floors by itself and moving around.
something like that?
Or
yes.
you know, because now I'll tell you one of the things that I like, the vacuum.
The
I forget what it's
Zoom.
called, and it'll go back to its home, but
Yeah.
it'll come out and clean the floor and pick up the trash and actually it shampoo the carpet, et cetera, right?
Right.
So I was just wondering when you said a robot, if it was
Yeah.
with
no,
the facial
no, it's
features
not the
or
facial
anything like
feature.
that.
It's not the
Okay.
arms. It's actually, like you say, it's one of those machines like the vacuum
Okay.
cleaner. It's a drone-ish effect. They can send it out, program and send it
Right.
out, and probably control it remotely. But one of the things is, and I've seen this happen, and we talk about AI, and it's a positive and a negative. And it's like the smart houses. You know,
Yeah.
the Google houses?
Yeah, because
You know-
I know a lot of people that have their house totally programmed.
Oh yes.
I mean, literally, like, I know somebody that have their house to the point where they don't have keys to their house.
Yes.
yeah.
And you do everything electronic from your phone, and it's just like, just imagine if that went down. How do you get in their house? How do you get out your house?
Yes.
Without
Going
breaking
old
them?
school, going through the window.
Yeah,
I'm
without
just
breaking
saying
the
at
window.
that-
So
at that point.
you have to understand. You have to look at all possibilities, and it's very efficient. No, it's not efficient because it's a machine,
Yes.
and a machine could go down at any given time. So I'm gonna go back to this. I worked at a cell phone company for like 8 or 9 years, so I understand the fast progress from a chirp phone, a flip phone, a BlackBerry, to an Android, to, you talking about in a matter of 2 years.
Yes.
Say months.
Yeah. Yeah. That was fast.
When I said the progress, we programming phones and handing out people phones, and I want to say 3 to 4 months later, they got something better than what we just handed them.
Yes.
And then what we just handed them was supposed to be the newest technology.
And
So
you-
so you sit there and be like, okay,
You
now
mad?
I gotta upgrade my phone
Right, I
to be on top of.
Yeah.
So
You mad? You just
everything moves so fast, and then you have to learn it so quick. And when you're learning it so quick, you don't get everything out of it. Because the simple fact, I gotta learn this fast.
Right.
And 6 months later, I gotta learn this.
Yeah.
and you know what's bogus about that? And I mean,
ahead.
it's just what I believe. I believe they already knew all of these things ahead of time, and
They
they
do.
could have put it all in there at one time, right? But they decided that if we do that, we're gonna miss out on this next what they call them, number one, number
Yeah,
two,
yeah,
number three,
yeah.
all that money
Generations.
attached.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so it's money
yeah.
involved in it, but it's good. I'm gonna put it like this: technology is good. I'm not disputing it.
But technology, but you mean AI or which
It's all in the
It's
same
all in
bundle.
the same bucket.
But I'm just saying, I just want to make sure
Yes.
because technology to me could be any type of technology, but not necessarily the AI, artificial intelligence,
Yes,
that's
no,
being able to do things by itself.
Technology is artificial intelligence.
Okay, from
because
the
it's-
beginning.
From the beginning. So technology and artificial intelligence is a good thing. It's how you use it.
I
And
believe that.
like I said yesterday, you have to be careful because you can't let that overcome your life.
Right,
Because now this side of your life is what you really put like this: common sense. Everybody, and I say this a lot of people that go to college
Don't have common sense.
don't have a common sense when they
got
come
good
out of
sense and
college.
book sense.
They have book sense, but they don't have common sense. So and I look at that as the same way. You have book sense and knowledge sense, but you don't have common sense to survive
Right.
if all that fails.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But the one thing, and we're going to move on. But the one thing I wanted to hit about, and you say in the wrong hands, Doc V, with those smart houses, is that a lot of them, when they initially came out, were getting hacked. Mm-hmm. The houses were getting hacked. The cameras were being hacked. Doors were being locked. So it's that, like he said, it's that iffiness of what I'd rather put a key in it, and I can control it versus
Exactly.
doing that. But we have, and you have this, Doc V, and we're going to talk about this a little bit. One of the questions are, what are the different types? And I know you touched on some of them, but what are the different types of AI that, or some of them that you can say, and we're going to go into?
Different types. I'm glad you know what they are. I just know the names of them. But he has all of the information right at his fingertips talking about AI. So there's narrow. And you know what that is?
Narrow is like I say, that was, and I use the illustration of the most common first use was the digital calculator, because it was AI. You entered some information, you got the process done. You didn't have to see the process. Boom, it was right there in front of you.
And then there's general.
In general, I'm a surprise you, and I found this out. Like the microwave, you know, it's where you don't have to turn on your stove. You get it again. You enter in some information, which is the time. It gives you the process, and the things are done. You don't have to go through all of that anymore.
Because it has a timer and all that different stuff with the stove. There's the machine.
The machine. Now, those are the robots. Those are the things that we know as robots.
There's another one that's coming up.
Computers.
It's called robots.
Well, I would think they would be in the same category, because, you know, the machines are like computers and robots, and the things like you say, you pointed at the
computer.
Yeah, computer, the laptop, where I can ask or type in anything. I don't see where they're looking to get the information, and boom, all that
It's
information,
right there.
the process is right there.
You know what I was thinking about? So as far as the machines, let's call Tesla a machine.
Right.
The car, it can drive itself, right?
Right.
Yeah. So machines like that.
Yes.
Or at General Motors, and they have the robots that
Right,
can
the-
come and do
Yeah.
the work.
Arms and
And they call them, they're different machines.
Well, see, speaking of that, I worked at a company that directly worked for General Motors called Android. Literally, you have machines that does everything, and all the human has to do is maybe 5 to 6, well, at the most 10 people to a line, and all they're doing is hitting a button, and the machine does the rest.
That would be the machine category.
So you look at that coming to the point where they could, okay, I got 10 people to this line, well, I can eliminate 6 of them.
Because I can dip these fries faster.
Yeah, I could make a machine that could do what these 6 people can do, and only need 4 to this line.
Yeah.
So man, technology and AI is something different. I've been dibbling and dabbling this for years, so it's just like, I seen the good, I seen the bad, and I seen the ugly. So you got to weigh it out.
Yeah, and you have any more, because I want to
The
say
natural,
the same place.
You got the
natural language process.
You
You
gonna
want to
read that?
elaborate
Are you
on
looking at
that?
it?
You getting that
Because
one?
he was reading it.
No, you go
Okay.
ahead. You got it.
Okay, and then computer vision and robotics.
Right.
Yes.
And I think the computer vision is what we were just talking about. It's like the virtual reality and things such as that. It can make you in a different space and place. You know, you put those things on there.
Yeah,
And, you know,
those-
you get virtual,
what do you say there?
Virtual reality. I don't know the name of the goggles,
Okay.
but they're virtual reality
Yeah.
goggles and things like
Now,
that.
have you ever worn
No, I
those?
haven't. No, I haven't.
Yeah, so my experience with them, first of all, I know that one of the malls in Indianapolis have that game that makes people look crazy because people be doing all kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
They have these things on their eyes. So a friend of mine allowed me to try on a pair, and I think they took me to Africa. And so all I know is it was so real and scary. I thought the elephant was going to like stomp me when the elephant was coming through. It's just crazy
Yes.
how real it can be. And then at another point, you're standing next to one of the pyramids in Egypt, and it looked like it felt like you were there. And even people waving at you. It's you in your living room, but you almost start waving back.
Right.
Like it
Virtual
just trips you
reality.
out.
Yeah.
The virtual reality.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, it's not a bad thing, because you know how many people would love to experience that, but they can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, AI, you can do
That's
that.
like turkey bacon, though, Doc V.
No,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the real thing.
no, I'm talking about. Well,
I'm
you know,
kinda
you
with
got.
you on this one.
But I'm just saying,
I'm
you
with
got
you on this
money.
one.
I get it. All I'm saying is, some people, they can only dream of that, and it's obviously working. I mean, they selling them.
I
You
mean,
know,
it's
because
it's working because once again, and one of the biggest things we should have hit on last night
You can hit it right now.
is
Right
let's look at the definition of the root word,
Artificial.
artificial.
No, that's why. Yeah.
So if we look at the definition of the root word, is made or produced by human beings rather than occurring naturally.
Right.
So that right there should let you know if, and you biblical, right?
Well, I don't know what that means. I'm biblical. What does that mean?
You read the word, right?
I love the word.
Okay,
but,
so
yeah.
everything that's made by man is made out of what?
I got to see where you going.
the answer-
Made out of his thoughts.
No, don't
He
play me.
created. I mean, I think you
play
want to
me.
go here.
Don't play me. What it says.
Everything that's made by man is made by
Anything
man.
that touched by man was made by man is made of what? Sin, right?
Oh, I didn't know that's where you were going.
So let's just look at it from that.
So this
from-
cup was made.
I mean, let's look at it from a standpoint.
He
That
going.
right
He going
there-
in a deep place.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there because the simple fact
You
you
said
have
this
to.
cup was made. I'm sorry. Let's put that
Because
down.
the simple fact that AI is made by man.
Right.
And it's nothing. I mean, everything that is just because
Is
it look good.
intelligence made by man?
Yes.
Well, in the
Yeah.
artificial intelligence.
Artificial
but
intelligence.
now the
That's why I didn't
intelligence-
say
yeah.
artificial.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
see,
I got what you're
that's
saying.
why I said we
And
have to
if
look
it's
at the root word.
artificial, okay,
Let's
so
look
I'm
at the
going
root
there.
word.
Artificial means fake.
There you go.
And fake, if
Understand
it's
that.
fake, it was made by who?
Man.
Right. So,
So
but I'm
let's
saying,
look at the whole word. Artificial intelligence. It's fake intelligence.
Right.
no, it's called man and God.
Oh my goodness.
But
Okay, I'm done.
but no, here we go. Here we go.
Got
I'm
some-
just
And
saying, I'm
wanna
saying
say-
man didn't create intelligence.
Bro, you got some
He
guys-
said, let's break down the word.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, we break down both words. You can't just leave intelligence out. Where did
I'm not leaving
intelligence come from?
intelligence out, but you have to look at the root word.
Here's where we are. Where we were talking about this, but and we hit on this a little bit, but and you hit it in the workforce. Now, one of the things is, when you got more robotics or more machines doing jobs, that means you have less manpower. There's less things that you have to pay. Let's look at what are some possible jobs that AI could replace.
Before you say replace, those machines, I just have a question. Some of those machines actually have to be controlled a little bit by man. He has to do something at some point.
And I can give you that.
So,
but
and I'm only
versus-
pointing that out because those are some jobs that are coming up and will be available. I heard that. And then so now we go on the other side of
That's
it.
the IT
And so
team.
Yeah, well,
That's the
well,
IT team.
and it's,
Okay.
it's not just that. And I want to say where you illustrated. Okay, I had 20 people on this line, and I only got 4 running. So you think about it. That's 16 people that's out of a job, if that's a fact. Let's look at, and we take it for granted. These self checkout places at our grocery stores
that I don't like.
I don't like either.
asked.
Hold on. I'm gonna get you because I'm gonna give you an example. I was at a store earlier. I just had to run in and get something. I walk in the store, and this is a major chain store. I think I was the only person in that store.
That
I
went
didn't
to the-
see an employee or anybody in this store.
I've been in that position.
So I'm looking, and then there's now good that I'm an honest person, in that artificial intelligence. I didn't want them doing the facial
You sure you're
recognition. So-
honest?
be like,
You sure
put
you're
that
honest?
back.
I'm honest,
Yeah,
But so,
they'll see
but
you.
they had a self checkout. So I go, but I'm looking around. There's nobody in the store. Nobody. So
Wow.
if you could think about, Walmart, they didn't added more self checkout. So if the more self checkouts they add, how many
Yes.
jobs have they
Oh,
eliminated?
absolutely.
We
That's
were
the
talking about, and I
negative.
understand efficiency. We were talking about that robot that was delivering meds at Parkview. They got 3 robots. That might be 15 jobs that they have
Definitely.
eliminated.
For sure.
There's gas stations, and there's one going to Ohio. I'm not sure if it's in Indiana or it's in Ohio. But there's a gas station. Is it in Ohio? You walk in, there's no attendant.
No attendant.
There's no attendance. You pay for everything at the pump. If you go in there and buy, you scan it. They can scan. You can scan your card. You can put your card
Matter of fact, it's
online.
multiple-
That sounds scary.
There's multiple ones in Ohio.
Yeah. So
Would you?
So-
you think you want to go shop at that place?
Why not?
I don't know.
Because it sounds like, if they're gonna do a robbery,
Who you robbing?
Who you robbing?
you, the customer, that's that. they know you got something, some money, a car.
But I think it's
It sound
cashless. I think it
crazy.
might be
It's
cashless.
cashless.
I think it
I
might
don't
be
like that
cashless.
place.
I mean, you asked
Okay.
a question. I mean, that was one of the
Go ahead.
first ones that comes up with customer service.
Right.
Receptionist, accounting, and bookkeeping.
Ooh, people that went to school for accounting all those years. CPA.
Yeah.
Would you trust that process? Because wouldn't all your business be out there? I mean, because a good accountant still can keep a few
Hey,
secrets
you know
under the
something?
table. I'm
Here's
just saying, I
the
don't know
thing.
if I-
Well, here's the biggest thing. You ain't got to worry about the accountant stealing your money.
Right. Your taxes get paid.
Your taxes get paid. Yeah.
I guess when you say that, it depends on how honest you want to
Right,
be.
right.
Because in the salon industry, they have embraced AI. Surprisingly, a lot of them, you have to go online to book your appointment.
Right.
And so
Which eliminated an unemployment, you know.
I'm just saying,
person.
and so are you surprised that they came out with that? Because IRS is pretty happy
Yeah.
because they can track that
They can
stuff
track you now.
really easy.
Speaking of that, and we're going to get to that, but we're going to talk about the job eliminations too.
That's what I was at.
I think Amazon. I don't think they've done it in Fort Wayne, but they have been testing the drone delivery. Domino's someplace had those
that's
cars,
creepy.
you know, where they just send the cars. It's a driverless car. They deliver your, you know. So I mean,
Wait, I'm sorry because you said that and I never heard of that. And I kind of talked about the fear factor last night. So a car would come to my house with a pizza and I need to go out there to it.
yes,
Yes.
And
'Cause there's no driver or
and the
anything.
window just gonna let down, and then boom.
I think it's
here
a
you-
latch in
I'm
the
just
back.
saying, I'm just
Yeah.
still trying to put my mind all around. I'm trying to see this thing.
yeah, it's a little white car, and you know, Domino's. I don't know what.
That actually had that little. It's a little white car, and it has a heating.
Oh, it keeps the pizza high.
that keeps the pizza hot.
Yeah.
And it rolls that little part of it down, and you grab it.
Right.
Almost
go-
suggesting. Almost.
So at that point, because everything is already paid for,
Wow.
Yeah.
so I mean, you have to. I mean, you said the jobs eliminated jobs. You,
Right.
And I'm finna hit you with I'm gonna hit you with 10
Another
of them.
list of okay.
You got salespeople, taxi and truck drivers.
I ain't
would
getting in the
not-
car with
You
a
know, some
car
almost.
driving by
You know,
itself.
and where I work out, I almost would want
a car just gonna roll
no,
by
a
itself?
truck driver that's gonna a truck that's gonna come in by itself when I got to deal with idiots.
Yeah, I think Amazon was testing those in Texas.
No, I'm talking about real truck drivers.
No, I'm saying I think Amazon was testing those in
some
Texas.
of the drivers we get is just slow as
Do y'all
molasses.
really just to put a pause? Do y'all think that's gonna happen? I mean, it's gonna like take off and it's gonna
Teslas
be a
can
big
drive
thing?
by themselves.
Yeah, but they crashing.
Yeah.
They got some problems, and then they trying to backpedal and say, no, we didn't say it could do that. We didn't say it could
Oh,
do.
yeah, they-
I'm just
I
saying.
got what
so,
you said.
Yeah,
But
I'm just saying,
with
y'all
the
think that's
Tesla,
gonna-
it can only go so far
Yeah.
driving by itself, and you got idiots falling asleep behind the wheel.
Okay.
Okay, and then it says also retail services.
Hmm. I experienced that today.
Right.
I know you appreciate this one.
That's here.
Proofreaders and translators.
Oh, I use that one. I use that one. I'm good to
Security
hear that
and
one.
military personnel.
Yeah.
Surgical assistants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Courier services. I mean, that's the
Delivering
last
your
one.
mail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
I can see
mean,
that.
Yeah. I could.
you got so many jobs that's being eliminated that actually pay a lot of money.
Yeah. And,
Do you
and-
see any that they don't? And I don't know if that's
well,
coming.
this is the next question, and we can continue this because it affects jobs. You know, what will happen to our unemployment numbers and economy when AI takes more of our jobs at a faster rate? Now,
Outside
I
of
think
it, unemployment going up.
I think Indiana, well, Fort Wayne is in a. They say it's in a good spot. I think their unemployment is like 3.2% right now. It's at a low rate, and they're saying there's a lot more jobs. But again, if these advancements in AI and things like that, like simple jobs, like mail carrier, and I'm not saying they're simple, but I'm just saying they're simple because you know people can do them, and they're not hard on mail carriers. If you eliminate mail carriers, then I mean, you know,
But I mean, just trying to wrap my brain around it again. So I'm already stuck with the piece of coming and pulling
you've
up.
never seen those cars.
I've never seen that. But
Google
and
it when you get home.
So and then my question is: so if the mail is coming by machine or robot or what, you said a drone.
Yeah.
So the drone is gonna come swoop.
Yeah, that's
swoop
what
down.
the Amazon
Man, you
delivery-
mess around and get hit. That's scary. You open your door at the wrong time. It's like
and I think I don't remember, but because Amazon, pharmacy, Amazon have a pharmacy, and this is one of the one concerns that we're having about that, because if I'm dropping off a prescription drug and they follow that drone, you don't know who can, if you're not home, they lay that drug on your property. You don't know who can come up and pick up those prescriptions.
well,
So-
that drone probably
yeah.
can sense you and just back up and snatch you. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Movies.
But think about it. If these, and I said that I was going to use this last night, and I'm going to use it now. And I understand it's not a word, but you got to understand. Now, I think
It is a word.
I think.
Well, we make up words here. I found out.
But
I
how do
think
words get invented? People say them, they get in the lexicon, they end up in dictionary. So I'm gonna give you a word in
Exactly.
the dictionary.
And while you saying it, go and spit it out because I heard one last night that was made up and I like it.
Yeah,
So
but I'm gonna say
come on with it.
It's the humanity. And you
Humanity.
got masculinity, you got femininity, but I'm saying a humanity.
Humanity.
And this is what I'm saying. It doesn't give us like he said, part of our creation, but then it doesn't give us our ability to provide for ourselves, to do, it's taking away so much human nature or humanness out of the world. I mean, and again, I'm not saying mail carriers are simple jobs, but I'm saying it's an easy job. It's not hard. People can work it. They can do it for years and over. But now you got all of these other things,
Right.
like a surgical tech. They might not go to a 4-year college, but they go through some kind of training and they make good money. So you eliminating that, those are positions that, are being taken away, that the unemployment rate is going to go up. And then there's, poverty is going to go up, and there's going to be so many economical changes that it's going to affect us all over the world.
I think, and I'm just going to be quite honest, and I know all of us in this room have seen the book of Eli.
Mm-hmm.
If we let technology or AI take over, that's where we will be.
I can use that. It's a lot of movies, and I said this last night. But think about it. It's been
I'm
a lot
scared.
of movies. It's been a lot of movies, and even the books that have been leading us there. Sometimes they're not just for our imagination; they're also foretelling where we're going. 1984. Y'all ever read the book 1984?
No.
That's a book about when they talk about Big Brother and technology and everybody watching you. You're giving up your privacy and everything such as that. iRobot. And I said the movie AI. There's movies that have set this up.
I'm going to tell you one of the biggest movies that I love the movie series. But if you ever watch, I think it's Fast and Furious 4, when they had God's Eye.
No, it's too many of them. I can't keep
I'm gonna
up
tell
with
you,
it.
I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, you need to watch them. But they have this thing called God's Eye. And what it is this lady had made a technology where it bounces off the satellite. And if they wanted to really see who you are,
That's real.
no, yeah. And it bounces from camera. I mean, it bounces from a ATM camera to a light camera
That's real.
to a West Name camera. And it can spot you wherever you at all times.
That's real. That's
so
real.
if you want that much invasion in your life, go right ahead. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Literally, I
But
don't want it.
You probably got a little bit of it because remember when people were freaking out because of their TV and
Yeah.
it was watching you
Yeah.
while
That's
you
what
was
they
watching
say,
it,
the
or it
TV is
was
watching
listening
you.
to
They
you.
Listen
say
to-
Alexa and all of those that they're never turned off because they got to be listened to.
Exactly.
I
and
don't know if y'all ever seen this on I seen this on TikTok. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, one of the
see,
two.
he can't put that AI down.
And it's so funny because they asked Alexa, "Are you part of the CIA?" Alexa shut all the way down,
I think I've seen that.
and literally just shut down. So they asked Siri,
Conspiracy theory.
"Is you a part of the CIA?" And Siri saying, "No, I'm not a part of the CIA. I have no connection with CIA." And it's so funny. It's like, wow. If you ask Alexa the same question you ask Siri, Alexa's like, I'm gonna be quiet because simple fact, yeah, I
Plead the
am.
fifth.
Yeah, it's like please the fifth.
That's good.
But yeah, and we got one more question, and I think this is good, and we can all give ours. Why do you think there's so many different perspectives on AI? Why do you think people have so many different ideas, versions, thoughts about AI? And what are your thoughts?
I think it's because we are being fed the information, the awareness of it, the knowledge of it, the behind the scene at different rates and times. So you're hearing it from here, picking it up from there, using it with this, etc. And I believe that depending on where we are, our communities, our finances, our jobs, etc., we're gonna get it at different rates, just like a lot of things. So there's a lot of things going on in the world. Some people don't have a clue what a smart home is, and so I think that's
want a pager.
the biggest difference.
You want a
I want a
pager?
pager too.
want a pager.
I do.
Well,
Church.
to answer your
Yeah, I go back to the church.
Yeah.
I don't even want that. But to go back to your question, it's funny because anything that's we get technology wise, the government, the army already, or the military has already used it.
Yes.
So being that the military has already used it and is no more use of service to them, they feed it to the community. So if you feed something to a community that you already know how to handle and how to control, that lets you know they know how to handle and control the community now because they're giving you something. But like this, I give you this cup, and I got the remote control to this cup. But I'm saying, hey, Clarence, you got this cup, though.
Right.
I know how to control that cup. If I can make it hot, warm, cold, I can make it shock you. But you don't know I know how to do all this because you don't know I have the remote control.
Right. And we all went through that, what was it, about 2-3 weeks ago with that emergency alert system.
Yeah.
There were so many different people that had so many, again, that's another form of artificial intelligence because it hit so many. But I agree with E. That had to come from somewhere that they could massively hit everybody
Right.
at the same time.
At the same time?
So, I
Right.
agree with that. Go ahead, Doc.
And I was just going to say another one that just came to mind when you mentioned that. They can shut people cars off now that buy those cars
Buy here, pay
from
here,
buy here, pay here.
That's
You'd
a
be like,
GPS
what
system.
happened?
Yeah.
I'm
They
just
low
saying,
jacket.
right? But
low
I'm just
jacket.
saying how things have changed
Right.
because before that wasn't the case.
Right.
Now, so they have that new feature,
Yeah, so-
and so it's just amazing to see.
If they're smart enough
And I
to
know
low
we getting ready
jack
to get
off.
out of here. I didn't know if you had a couple of the jobs that will not be or cannot be. So in your list, when you were looking at that, did you
A
see
couple
any
jobs
of
that
those
cannot be? I
that
could pull
will
that
not
one.
be
Well,
replaced?
and we're going to let E
or
close
not
to that one,
threatened.
but I'm going to give my perspective while he's looking that up. I'm going to agree with both of you. And Doc V, you said this a little bit last night, is I don't think we're in-depthly involved in it. We just take what is given to us. I think we need, as a community, as a world, we need to research more. We need to stop relying on just what's being fed to us. I mean, go to deeper levels, ask more questions, research a little bit more. But too many times we get comfortable. And he said this, we just get comfortable and we get dependent. We've gotten to a point in society where we want to do the least we can to get the most we can get. So if I can write a paper in 2 minutes by talking into a computer versus me, you ought to remember we used to spend weeks in libraries just to write one paper in college. You had to go through all those books and everything.
Yes.
So it's easier now, but I think, again, learn for yourself. Anything. Don't just take anybody's word for it.
Go research it.
Go research it. Learn
You
for
know,
yourself.
Study,
Did you
to show
find any
thyself.
jobs?
Yeah.
Safe jobs, may I eat?
Yeah, counseling.
So I'm safe.
Huh?
I'm safe. My social work job's
Counseling.
safe.
Counseling, social work, and community outreach. I don't agree with this one, but they said artistry and design.
Agree.
To a point.
I'm just saying
Well, I
some
don't
of the stuff
agree
they
with this
could
one.
come up with is
I don't agree
bogus
with I don't
looking.
agree with this one either. Writers and content creators.
To a point, yes, because that
That's
was
what
that
the-
was a part of the writer's strike.
Hollywood, yes.
They didn't want AI to be
Yeah.
able to
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you gotta have real.
They also say
genuine.
musicians and performers. I don't agree with that one either. High level.
What do you think about that, real quick?
Go ahead.
music and performers.
Yeah.
Um,
How's the AI getting
If-
up there to entertain you?
Because
and
they
doing
brought
something?
Tupac back.
with the hologram.
Oh, my
and,
goodness.
And,
No, the hologram.
And
He
here-
rocked the whole concert, and literally people paid
it's not
money
just
to go see.
It's just not Tupac. I think I'm not gonna say it was Beyonce, but I believe it was Beyonce.
Michael Jackson.
No, they actually did a concert in one area, and it was hologrammed in a couple of other places, and I'm not gonna say it was Beyonce, but
I
I'm
know.
thinking
I know what
because
you're
it's something
talking
that she would do. But she was in New York, in Belfast. You know, they had the whole same concert, and they gave the holograms and the whole everything like that. And then there was a problem with music industry earlier this year that a song was put out, and they said it was by this artist, but then they went and researched it, and it was not by this artist. It was AI generated a bot that used the voice of the artist, and so that's one of the things. So I do think there's going to be some ways that people are going to manipulate it, any artist industry, but I'm not going to say it's totally going to replace it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay, high level strategists and analysts, and research, science, and engineers.
So
They just failed to put hairstylists and barbers and nail techs in the industry. We safe, y'all.
y'all say for now, till they get that magic robot that can do nails.
Actually, no, I mean, honestly, I
I wish I would put my finger in a machine
Right.
and mess around and have an oopsie.
I wouldn't let a
Take the
robot
digit-
shave my beard, line me
That's
up.
what I'm saying. Some stuff you just
I'd
not
be
going to be comfortable with
I
the
feel
robot
like I'm
doing.
it's fits to shave.
all right.
Silly.
Again, AI. The one thing is we can't fight it, we can't stop it.
Okay.
We just gotta advance with it. But we want you to again get out, research, do your own research. But we're gonna end this show and eat. What do we tell the people before we leave them every night?
Hey, always protect your mind.
Have a good night.